Hi, this is AJ. Welcome to episode 102 of Here's What I Watched. In this episode, I want to talk about the Mark Rylance and Johnny Flynn movie, The Outfit, which was co-written and directed by Graham Moore. I like this movie quite a bit. It's actually one of the best things that I've seen in a while, and I definitely recommend it. And what the movie's about, it's set in 1956 Chicago. It's about a very meticulous British guy who's a cutter, not just a tailor. He keeps making that distinction over and over again. He's a cutter who runs a quiet little bespoke suit shop in a neighborhood that's controlled by the Irish mob. And he's very, very British, so he's very quiet, very reserved. He prefers to just keep to himself and focus on his craft and stick to running his shop. But it's not always so easy to do that because his shop is being used by a local crime boss to stash dirty money. And one night, a couple of those mob guys show up after having gotten into a shootout with a rival gang, and one of them's been shot and he's bleeding pretty badly, so the British guy gets ordered at the point of the gun to sew him up with a needle and thread, which he actually does a decent job of. But the problem is there's a tape that's supposedly a copy of an FBI recording that details all the Irish mob's operations, and so they want it so they can listen to it and find out what the FBI knows. The other gang wants it so they can use it against them. Everybody wants the tape. So it gets a bit messy, but there's only so much action. It's very psychological. It works just as well as a psychological thriller as it does a crime thriller, I think. And the British guy keeps finding ways to talk himself out of trouble and finding ways to talk other people into trouble. And there's a lot of tension because there's a constant thread of violence hanging over every single one of those conversations. The Outfit has a lot of talking in it, but it's very good talking, and the movie keeps finding ways to surprise you over and over again. It kept me on the edge of my seat, and I was very happy by the time I got to the end of it, so yeah, I would absolutely recommend the movie.